It was the first day of summer break in a small town in Oregon, the kind of day kids dream about: ice cream melting down waffle cones, sun-baked sidewalks echoing with laughter, and sprinklers arcing rainbows in suburban lawns. But while other children played, 10-year-old Amelia sat alone on the front porch, her chin resting on her knees, her eyes fixed on the horizon. She wasn't waiting for someone. She had long given up on waiting. She was trying to feel something, anything, beyond the ache of being forgotten. Amelia lived with her stepfather, Richard, a prominent civil engineer known in town for his intelligence and sharp discipline. He had married Amelia's mother, Sarah, a gentle widow with eyes full of grace and sadness. For a short while, their home had felt like a new beginning. But that warmth faded when Sarah gave birth to Richard's 2 children. Amelia, once a precious only child, slowly became an afterthought, a girl with chores instead of childhood. Each morning, Amelia rose before anyone else to cook breakfast and get her half-siblings ready for school. She vacuumed, scrubbed, folded laundry, and spent afternoons cleaning up messes she never made. Her mother, though kind, seemed paralyzed by the balance of peace and protest, choosing silence over confrontation. Richard, however, made his stance clear: Amelia was not his daughter, and her place was at the bottom of the ladder. The injustice brewed in silence until it became normal. But one hot June afternoon, when Amelia accidentally spilled a tray of lemonade meant for her stepfather's colleagues, Richard's fury exploded. He yelled so loud the neighbors looked through their windows. And for the first time, Amelia didn't cry. She quietly set the tray down, walked out the front door barefoot, and didn't stop until she reached the edge of town, where the houses thinned, and an old maple tree spread its arms over a quiet park. She collapsed at its roots, arms wrapped around the trunk like it might hold her together. Her face pressed against the bark. Amelia finally let go. Tears she didn't know she'd held inside flooded her cheeks. That's where Mr. Thompson found her. He was walking home from the library, wearing a sweater vest despite the heat, his gray hair combed neatly, and a bag of books slung over one shoulder. A retired schoolteacher, Mr. Thompson had an eye for things others missed: grammar mistakes, hidden sadness, broken dreams. "Are you okay, sweetheart?" he asked, kneeling beside her. Amelia startled but didn't speak. Mr. Thompson didn't push. He just sat beside her, letting the silence breathe between them. Minutes passed before Amelia said, "I don't think I belong anywhere." Those words pierced through him. He had heard them before, from other children, from adults who grew up with wounds no one could see. "You belong right here," he said softly, patting the earth beside her. "And you belong in school, and in stories, and in the stars if you want to." That small moment planted something. Over the next few days, Mr. Thompson visited the park at the same time. Sometimes they talked, other times they just read books under the maple. Eventually, he visited Sarah and gently urged her to let Amelia return to school. He offered to tutor her. He even convinced a local bookstore owner to donate supplies. Amelia began to blossom. Her natural curiosity reawakened. She devoured books, aced math quizzes, and started writing poetry, soft verses filled with strength and longing. She didn't stop doing chores, but now there was light at the end of her days. Mr. Thompson became a second grandfather, the kind who cheered the loudest at spelling bees and brought chocolate chip cookies to study sessions. Years passed. Amelia earned a scholarship to a top university and majored in social work. She interned at shelters, led mentorship programs, and eventually became the director of a nationwide nonprofit for foster youth. Her voice, once quiet and unsure, now commanded attention in conference halls. But she never forgot the girl beneath the maple tree. Then came a day she never expected. An email from a local shelter mentioned an older man who had been found sleeping in a bus station. He had no ID, but kept repeating her name. Richard. She hadn't seen him in 15 years. Her mother had passed shortly after Amelia left for college, and Richard had disappeared from her life. Now he was sick, homeless, and alone. Her heart wavered. Painful memories surfaced, the scoldings, the chores, the feeling of being invisible. But Mr. Thompson's voice echoed in her mind, "You don't have to forget to forgive. You just have to decide what kind of person you want to be." She visited the shelter. Richard looked nothing like the man she remembered. His pride had vanished, replaced by fragility and regret. When he saw her, he looked down, unable to meet her gaze. "I didn't know where else to go," he whispered. "I'm sorry, Amelia." She took a deep breath. "I know." She arranged for his care, not out of obligation, but because she refused to let her past dictate her future. Compassion, she had learned, was a strength. That evening, she visited the maple tree. Mr. Thompson was gone now, but his legacy lived in her choices. She placed a hand on the bark and whispered, "I kept going." Above her, the branches rustled like applause. Because in a world that often forgets the forgotten, Amelia became the voice that remembered. She was once a girl beneath a tree. Now, she was the tree, rooted in love, sheltering others, and standing tall no matter the storms. And it had all started with someone who stopped to care.